All right. Well, we are live. Wow. I didn't realize we were live. That's what's up. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about today was this concept of, is it over for content creators on LinkedIn? Why am I asking that question? Well, LinkedIn created a whole new process for saying no to things you don't want to see. Yep, I created a process for saying no to things you don't want to see. What's the process, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. The process is to say, click on the X. And I'm going to show you right now my LinkedIn tab. And close these messages. So hopefully you can see I'm on LinkedIn myself. And the first person I see is Jewel, who's the executive of CEO of Black Executive Men. If I click the X, not only does it remove the post from my feed, it actually says, not interested in this topic, not interested in Jules' post, not appropriate for LinkedIn. Now, obviously, maybe it's not obvious. I'm following people that I do want to see their posts. I do want to see what they have, and I do think it's appropriate for LinkedIn. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't agree. So if you're a content creator or a person who's creating content specifically for LinkedIn or specifically for to increase your business, to reach more market leaders, the challenge will be with this new X feature, your content may or may not reach its audience. And that pretty much sucks. So, and then of course, you have people who think that LinkedIn is only for business content and things shouldn't be there, and there shouldn't be any additional, you know, extra stuff. And that, is their opinion. But now with this X, not only do they have the power over your content, they actually have a power over what's seen on LinkedIn. It's pretty scary if you're a content creator who's creating alternative content and believes, like this post here from Dr. Barrett, who believes that Simone Biles and this interview should be on LinkedIn. I think it should be because we're doing definitely, we're in a time frame of our Olympics, and I think that's important. But somebody else may not. And so if they click X on this post or on Latoya, who actually reposted the post, so this is a post from Dr. Barrett, and that's on her page. But, and I'm following her. And so I get her post. But Latoya posted it. And Aaron Johnson loved it. That's why I'm seeing it. Now, actually, I like that Latoya posted it, so I'm going to try to connect to Latoya. But anybody who doesn't feel that same way, they get to click the X, and it's a wrap. That's it. It's over. It's done. And it's crazy. I don't know if anybody else has seen this, but this is going to be a game changer. Now, the interesting thing about this is that not everything on LinkedIn is Xable. What does that mean? Well, that means that some stuff on LinkedIn is not Xable. Let's take a gander, if you will, if you have an idea what's not Xable. You guessed it. If you said ads, then you're 100% correct. Or if you thought it, you're 100% correct. Or if that's what you were leaning towards, you're 100% correct. So going back over here, so you notice how Kelly Burton, I can click the X. If I click the X, then it says post removed from my feed. It also has these things. Thank God they have the undo button, because imagine how many times people are going to click X and stuff. But as I scroll down, notice this doesn't have an X. I can't X out ads. You know it. Well, you know it. Good old ads and any information from LinkedIn. So what's Xable on the notifications tab? That's the tab that when you click on the home and you start to see anything that's being sent to you, the only things you can close, you can X out are things from individuals. You cannot X out ads or company page posts, which is interesting. For me, I have done a lot to handcraft the content that I'm fed. I handcrafted that content. Just like you may hand knead some dough where you're going to make your cold brick oven pizza, and you're making that pizza with these hands. That's how I have achieved what I achieve on LinkedIn because I have handcrafted the content and curated the experience I want for my LinkedIn feed. So I'm very happy. I'm never going to click on X ever. I can't imagine in 10 years clicking on X. But there are other people who will say, be bad actors. And because they're bad actors, they may decide to follow you just to go and click the X on your content. So where does that leave us? Yes. Hey, Shara. Where does that leave us as content creators? Hey, Summer. This is crazy, right, guys? Like, yeah, that X is right there. Now, maybe, I don't know, I thought I don't think I'm the only person seeing the X. I do have the video feed early, had it for about 6 months now, but I'm pretty sure that called a couple of people and they've seen the X. Most people don't notice it, but my eyes, because I'm on LinkedIn and that's what I do, my eyes are really like attuned to any new features that are on LinkedIn. This big O X is a new feature on LinkedIn. And it's pretty freaking scary to me to think of LinkedIn as a more exclusive than it already is, meaning that people who only want to see certain type of content on this platform will only see certain type of platform. Yep, this the X, Stefan. Hey, Stefan. On the feed, you notice that ads don't have an X or company pages. But anytime I fed content from somebody I want to see, guess what? I can click that X and say not interested, say not interested in that person's post, and or say not appropriate for LinkedIn. To me personally, this is way too much power to give to I don't mind. I get the concept. Somebody there's always some people that are posting a lot, and they're filling up your feed. I would honestly say I haven't had that problem on LinkedIn. Definitely on every other platform, Instagram, Twitter. Oh my God, Twitter is crazy. Even some people on YouTube. We're broadcasting right now to YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. But like I don't have that problem on LinkedIn. I don't see someone who's oversharing on LinkedIn. It's not the thing. Maybe again, I've handcrafted the experience I want to have on LinkedIn, and maybe that's it. But yeah, this is a little bit scary. Hey, Eugene. For me, it's scary because it's saying to the platform, like you could do with Instagram, for instance, hey, this person, this individual, they're doing too much. And you may get a flag. You may get a message. And you know how arbitrary LinkedIn, like, let's be honest. Look at, this is LinkedIn After Dark. So let's be 100% honest. And I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. LinkedIn is a difficult place to navigate because there's no direct connection to tech support. It's just not. So that being the case, I believe if you, not I believe, but I know if you have an advertising account, you have a little bit better chance of getting an answer to a question you may have. But they do stay siloed to some degree in the advertising space of LinkedIn. So if you have a personal profile issue versus a company page, and I don't know how many people know, but LinkedIn has now started charging for company pages for premium. So what that means is that your company page can, yes, Summer, shout out, real talk. That's exactly like this is not a platform for the faint of hearts. Like you have to really understand that you're not going to get an answer to a question you may have for your profile. And then you have to navigate that space by following people like Shara or me or any of your content creators here on LinkedIn that create content every single day, that have been on the platform 10 or more years. Sherry Jones, another person to follow that creates a lot of content, a lot of good content. But again, I'm telling you, that X, y'all see that X on that screen? That X is going to change a lot of things. In my opinion, it is not an X for X Monster Spot. It's an X for decreasing the engagement on this platform. I'm going to keep it again 100, right? I'm going to keep it 100. It's an X for Black folks on the platform. I'm just going to say it. Why? Because I've been here and I know how our content was throttled and I know how you weren't seeing, which is why I particularly hand curate what I want to see on LinkedIn. I'm following people that I engage with, that I want to see their content. So I am never clicking on that X. That's not going to happen. That said, I'm also not a bad actor who's going to follow somebody just so I can click on the X and complain about them. Yeah, I said it. You know, we're going to have a bunch of bad actors. So Eugene brought up a really good point earlier. He said that it's important to keep engaging with your community so they can see your content. 100%, Eugene. 100%. That is going to be the tool that content creators have to use, and anybody really. That there's other tools, and we're going to go over some of those tools. But tonight's question, and the reason why I went live was because I wanted to think, out loud about this and not just be alone in my thoughts. And unfortunately, Clubhouse isn't the space for that anymore. I don't want to do audio room because I want people to see this. And of course, I am actually growing my YouTube channel by doing this. So that's another shout out to YouTube and being monetized on YouTube. Shout out to my coaches, Dr. Fashion and Monty Weaver. Monty is on this platform, LinkedIn, almost all the time, and he's doing some great work over on YouTube. So I'm having this conversation in public, full frontal, no filter. It's just like at 11 o'clock at midnight, or close to midnight, because I'm kind of flabbergasted that nobody's talked about this. And it's been around for about 2 weeks. So, hey, Eugene, it's Ask Dr. Pratt. Just type in Ask Dr. Pratt, one word, and that's my YouTube channel. Thanks for hopefully subscribing. And if you have one, let me know so I can subscribe to yours. That's all we're all about, reciprocal. This is not a one-way street. What I also wanted to cover tonight was some other things that popped up on my radar. And it's not a lot of things, but shout out to anybody who just got the TikTok video feed added to their account. So that video feed is a video button at the bottom of your, you have to be in the app, click on the bottom, and you'll see a little video button. Hopefully you have it. If you don't have it yet, it's cool. I mean, it definitely looks like TikTok. It's a lot of videos. Definitely a way to reach more people. I'm using it actually an interesting way. Some of the top creators on YouTube, on TikTok, on LinkedIn are adding their videos, right? Look at the comment section of the videos. There's very little comments usually. There's 2, there's 4, sometimes there's 20, but it's a great way to stand out and get noticed by somebody that you're trying to connect to or you want to connect to, because then that comment section, there, I guarantee those content creators that post video that does get pushed over to the video feed, they are reading those comments. So I'm using it that way to reach people I would normally not reach, just because if I'm talking to a huge CEO, probably I'm one of 25,000 comments, and I don't think that their social media person is probably noticing it. But in these video feeds, they're really personal to me. I like these video feeds for that. Okay, got you, Eugene. I'll definitely check it out. Thank you so much. So that was one. Another one is this: LinkedIn is now signposting its newest catch-up feed. I like that, though. I kind of like the catch-up. I gotta admit that LinkedIn has been knocking it out the park recently. I definitely gotta give LinkedIn its props, and I definitely don't want to be a Debbie Downer or a negative nanny, so to speak. I listen, if you're doing something good, I'm going to love on you 100%. And then when you're not, I'm going to be like, hey, what's going on over there? What are you doing? No, but seriously. So I love the catch up. Now I'm trying to see if I can find it. And on the computer, I still have, there we go. Notification. Is it a notification? The messaging? No, not messaging. I'm looking for it. I don't know if anybody else has it. If you have it, let me know where you see it at. I'm not seeing it. Let me just make sure I got the right section. Oh, okay. So let me go back to, yep. So I don't have it on mine, but I know I have it on my, or maybe it's there and I just don't have it turned on. But I know I saw it on my phone. I definitely saw it on my phone. So, but I don't see it on my desktop. So I love, though, birthdays, work anniversaries all being in one place. I think that's dope. Really dope. And that's a great feature for them to roll out. Next up, do want to talk about this thing that's happening. This thing is really interesting. B2C. LinkedIn is looking for B2C. Yeah, they're looking for, if you want to reach consumers, LinkedIn ads is saying, come on over. Well, that's going to get really interesting, because while that X is there, the X thing we've been talking about is there so that people can complain about probably what's not on, what should be and what shouldn't be on LinkedIn. With this means that we're going to start to see way more consumer ads on LinkedIn. And I don't know how people are going to respond to that. I think we've been kind of consumer ad free for a while, but not anymore. That's not happening. And the fact that you can X out, for those just joining, we've been talking about the feature on LinkedIn that allows you to X out people's content. So if you haven't seen that, if you haven't noticed it, just scroll through your home feed and look at the top right corner of an individual's post. You'll see a big X. If you click on that X, it takes that post out and it asks you 3 questions. Is this post appropriate for LinkedIn? Do you not want to see anything this person has to ever say ever again? And something else, I don't remember. But the reason why I went live tonight is to talk about that X and also talk about a few other little things that I noticed new on LinkedIn and the policy of going after consumer ads. So get ready. We're going to be inundated with a bunch of consumer ads really soon here on this platform. I do have this other story right here. And that is LinkedIn is adding a new element to the newsletter creation platform, which is pretty cool. I like that. You're getting more real estate to see the comments. Remember how you have to, I don't know if you noticed it, but you have to go all the way down to the bottom to see the comments. That's not how it's going to be anymore. So that's pretty cool. I think that is, and then you can sort the comments by most relevant or most recent. I love that. And you can embed member profile on pages. So you could be referencing somebody's, like, I love, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But some of the posts that he puts, the CBN post puts up, are really good. So I would do a post about, you know what, I might do a newsletter. I've been holding off from doing a newsletter for years. I think I might do a newsletter, the best damn things on LinkedIn. So I can highlight each one of y'all posts, and that's what LinkedIn design is for, right? Sign up to see the best damn stuff on LinkedIn. Shout out to YouTube for not letting me curse on YouTube in my title. I'm saying not audio. You can curse, but in your title. So I couldn't use best damn stuff on LinkedIn on YouTube. I'd have to say best D stuff. So I gotta think of maybe best ish on LinkedIn, the title of the newsletter. But anyway, so if you have a newsletter, you're getting a little bit cooler layout. If you don't have a newsletter and you think you might want to, this is the time to do it. I'm telling you, this is the time to get busy on a platform. By the way, I'm not sure how many of you know, there's actually a LinkedIn advertisers group. Do you guys know that? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I am a member. Let me see if I can find it real quick so you can see it. Hopefully you can join. I don't see a way around this for us as content creators. We're going to have to advertise, and it's like boosting. It's like boosting on IG, just because people can X out your content. So you're going to have to join this really cool group called LinkedIn Advertisers Group, and we discuss, all the kind of things that happen on LinkedIn. There's a lot of, spam for people wanting you to see their ads and stuff like that. But I do think that, this is a great space to really listen and learn what other people are using on LinkedIn that they feel like they're gaining from. That said, it's like every other group on LinkedIn. You guys just swim through the spam. No, but seriously, it's a decent group to join. Anywho, I'm having too much fun at 11:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you're checking out my shorts on YouTube. I have a bunch of new shorts I uploaded about LinkedIn. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and support and join the channel. And also definitely continue to leave me a comment on YouTube, because I want to be able to get back to you guys. So we're back here, home base LinkedIn. I don't know. I'm not. I think this is, on one side, I do understand why the X. Like, you know what? I'm overstanding why the X. But on the other side of the table, I gotta keep it real. Like, it's gonna go left. Like, just the history on this platform, people don't know how to use tools that for good. So see how I got this message from Brittany? I mean, post from Brittany. And I love that Brittany says subscribe to a newsletter right here. This is awesome. This is exactly how you need to show up. And let me just go to Brittany's profile for a second. So she's a top voice. So that's powerful. And she has the gold symbol. So she's a premium member. So I believe with that subscribe to newsletter link is the link that is added to her post. And yes, you have to have premium to get that done, I believe. Let me see somebody else's. No, because what I was expecting to see. Oh, no, Michelle. Well, Michelle's also a top voice. And she has booked an appointment in her profile. So I can't, yeah. So, I don't know. And she's a premium member. But anywho, Back to this X. This is crazy. That we should. I just don't see this. This is not going to end good. This is not going to end well. Not interested in this topic. I don't want to see this topic from anybody. Not interested in Michelle. It's not appropriate for LinkedIn. It's like, seriously? I don't know. I get the platform wants more information. I don't know if I would have made it. I think what I'm having problem with is how left this can go and how fast it will go left. It's gonna go left and it's gonna go left fast. That said, hey, it's their platform. Shout out to Microsoft, and they've got to get this content or get this information any which way they want. Well, hey, what's going on is that you can now people can stop seeing your content on LinkedIn. They can just decide that you're not relevant. See, I may make this a little bit larger. See if I can get where the screen I'm at. Make it a little larger so you can see a little better. So if there's an X now on the screen, and so because of this X, when you click the X, it says not interested in Michelle's post. Why am I'm trying to find Michelle. Let me open up another window because I don't know where. So many windows open. Sorry, y'all. So I'm going to share this tab instead and redo it so that our network that we broadcast across, CTR Media Network, is asking a great question. So see here, when I click X on Jules, it says, let me make this bigger. It says, not interested in this topic, not interested in Jules' post, not appropriate for LinkedIn. That's the messaging. That's my concern. I'm concerned that, and see how it says this post is removed from your feed. Also, like right now it's undo, but imagine if it wasn't undo. Imagine that you couldn't undo that. So I just see this is not good. So Eugene earlier, Dr. Tina was saying that, and he's right. He's very, very right about what he said. He said, this is why it's important to engage your community. Like people like you have your community engaged. People like me, we're engaged. But I want everybody else, who doesn't have a community of thousands of people to follow them, to realize that, your content can be throttled. And I know, right? I didn't want to say it, but you can say it because, I can put it and you can say it, But yeah, it's not. But what Eugene said was really important. It's going to be so important to create space and community. The most important thing in 2024 is going to be our community. Hands down. Without community, you're done. And like I've gone back to Twitter, and it's crazy, right? Like Twitter, Martin, no, like you know what? I found a group of young people on that platform that are killing every day. I'm like, wow, they're inspirational. One sister, she's making pecan praline candy from scratch. She just took I don't know 600 bags to Essence. She sold out. Brother was making coffee from scratch, and he importing and then brewing it and then whatever they call it, grinding it and all that stuff. And he just paid off his Shopify account, Shopify business loan by his Twitter account. So I'm loving finding community on different platforms. And it is going to be the most important thing in 2024 and in 2025. Community is going to be the most important thing. The most important thing. Without community, it's a wrap. It's over. It's done. Move on to the next thing. But let me uncheck Jules. So Jules doesn't come on here. It's like, Negro. Oh, that was no, that was let's see where I finally found Michelle's. Now let me find where's Jules at? Oh my god. I thought I had Lord have mercy. I gotta get rid of some of these tabs. I'm gonna share this tab instead. And uncheck Jules' post. But yeah, that was why I went live tonight, really to talk about the X and the X Factor. There's a few other things. I mean, with LinkedIn now, the thing that they're not Xing out is they're not Xing out the ads. So if you got a LinkedIn ad, you're not getting X'd out. But and that's I mean, it is what it is. We know what that is, right? It's money. And so it's like, Meta and IG and also the fact that LinkedIn is going after B2C business to consumer marketers. And so look, get ready for it. And of course, the other factor is that LinkedIn has not only new video feed, but they actually have a new ads and AI for B2B. So it's pretty cool. But my point is that this platform is going to get way more ad centric. So, understand that, understand that, and get ready. And that was it. That's what I got. Been on here half an hour. Shout out to everybody tuning in. What about LinkedIn TV? Oh, I didn't see that. It's still. They just rolled out to a few more people. Do you have it, Dr. Tina? Can you check your app right now and see if you have it? Because they did roll out to a few more people. I was just looking at that. Yeah, here we go. So Matt Navarra had it as of June. I got it back in 2002. I mean, in February. But I think that's being rolled out slowly. I don't know if you have to update the app or not and see. But yeah. And what you're going to do to get your video seen on that, make sure you tag your video with the word video, hashtag video. And I'm sure people are going to come out, no, I'm using more hashtags. No. But I'm like, listen, computers are simple. Data is simple. The pound sign and a keyword, that's simple. And it works. You can't say it doesn't work. Well, they're saying, they're not using it anymore. It's like, it works. Yeah, but it works. So if you're posting a video on LinkedIn that's a native, meaning like that video is not being seen, you're not putting a link to, like, say, Vimeo or YouTube, but you're actually loading the video on YouTube on LinkedIn platform. You want to make sure that you do use the pound keyword video. So that's all I got, y'all. And it's been great to catch up real quick. Y'all have a blessed evening, and I'm going to keep it moving and make sure don't X out anybody you don't want. I just don't X anybody out. Like, we don't need to X anybody. We just need to follow people we want to follow. Like, Anywho, y'all have a good night. See you Monday morning for morning traffic report.